John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. You know, God walked out in the cool of the day, called Adam by his name. But he refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. But tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Now Christ had 12 apostles, 3 led away. He said, watch for me 1 hour while I go yonder and pray. Tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator, tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Right. Go tell my disciples, leave me in Galilee. Tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator, tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Called Adam by his name. He refused to answer, 'cause he was naked and ashamed. John the Revelator, tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals. Now tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, tell me, who's that writing? John the Revelator, who's that writing? John the Revelator wrote the book of the seven seals.